Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life, where we're talking to amazing humans from around the planet on who they are, what they do, in essence, their credibility. Today's guest is Mark Bowser, who is the author of several books, including Sales Success with Zig Ziglar and, oh, I can't even mention that, Nehemiah on Leadership. Mark, what is that word?
It's Nehemiah. You got it right.
Nehemiah on Leadership. Okay. He has presented thousands of seminars to the world's top organizations, including FedEx Logistics, Southwest Airlines, Ford Motor Company, Princeton University, United States Marine Corps, and many more. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mitchell. It's good to be able to be with you.
Man, it's been fun. It was fun when I looked at your LinkedIn profile and looked at your sites and made a guess of who you are. I then thoroughly got to talk with you in the green room and reinforce a couple of things and learn a couple of things more. I loved it. And I'd love the audience to get to know you through your CPOP. What is your customer point of pain?
Ineffective sales teams.
Like that's like the nightmare for any board of directors, for any CEO, right? Or even if you're the VP, if you're the sales guy,
If you're the VP
then you're really
sales,
in trouble.
Your job's on the line.
And that is the lifeblood of any company is sales, and having an ineffective sales team. That's crazy. Tell me more.
Well, what I do is I go in and I help them be effective. And I do that on the ground. A lot of people do keynote presentations, and I do from time to time as well. But my focus is small, 10 to 15 guys or gals in a room, helping them figure out why their sales aren't going up. And many times, Mitchell, it's just one or two constraints, one or two things that they're doing wrong. And if we can take those one or two things out, it's amazing. Their sales can double and triple in 6 months by just changing one or two things that they're doing wrong.
And so what you were telling me, there are 100+ different techniques that you could train on, but you have a call with the sales leader up front to figure out what to deliver.
Exactly. We call it a tailoring call. And you're right, there's hundreds of techniques of sales. There's hundreds of closes alone. But not every team needs all that. And quite frankly, we don't have time to go in all that. So I have a tailoring call with the VP of sales or the CEO, whoever it is who's bringing me in, whoever has the pain point. And then we talk about what's going wrong with your team. What are they doing that they shouldn't be doing? And then we talk about what's going right, because they're doing something right. And so we want to reinforce what they're already doing and create that into a habit. And then we want to create some better habits by getting rid of their ineffective stuff.
And Mark, could you share how you have credibility to do what you do?
Well, one is through the books that I've written over the years. You mentioned one of them, Sales Success, which I had the honor to write with Mr. Zig Ziglar. But many of it is from what I have learned from the ground floor. My family runs 3 different companies, and one of them's a 75+ old funeral director publishing house, and we've ran that for those 75 years. We're in our 4th generation, and I ran around there as a little guy, not knowing anything, and I learned from the ground up by watching my dad and watching my uncle, and then after doing it enough times the wrong way, I learned what worked. I've also had formal education, obviously, as well as a lot of self-education by just reading and learning from people like Zig Ziglar and Scott McKain and Tom Hopkins, some of the best I've had an opportunity to be with and to spend some time with.
And how many clients have you worked with or served in your days?
Well, a little secret, Mitchell. I'm a little older than what you might think. I know I don't look like it, but I've been doing this since 1993. And so throughout those years, I've spoken to hundreds and hundreds of clients throughout the year. Some of them were public seminars where you're dealing with maybe 100 different clients at one time, where most of them, again, throughout those years have been the on-site seminars. And I was in my, when I wanted to travel a ton, I was speaking to probably 80 to 100 different clients a year. And that's a lot of time on the road.
All right. So, but I think you said hundreds and hundreds and hundreds before in the green
Absolutely.
room. Mark, how do you go about sharing your credibility?
Well, it's done a number of different ways. one of the basic ways is through seminars. Obviously, we just mentioned that, but I can't be everywhere. So my writing takes me where I can't go. And so the books are what gets a lot of attention out there. And that's what brings people to me one way, but it also can reach thousands upon thousands of people that I will never meet. And that's not only an honor, but that's also a responsibility. And so I take that responsibility quite literally. And I try to do the best that I can to sharing that information as accurately as I can so that it brings value and results to get rid of the ineffectiveness and turn it into effectiveness.
Well, I think that's the thing that you and I talked about was focusing on finding that one element, whether it's a sales team or that individual, that one thing that would just help them jump to the next level. I really liked that focus that you had in the things that you do.
Well, in many ways, Mitchell, what you have to look at is it's a combination lock. If you have, it's just three numbers to open a combination. If you have the three numbers, doesn't mean the combination is going to open it up. But if you have the three numbers in the right order and you do the right sequence, then you open up the vault, and inside the vault is all the success that they're wanting, whether it's sales or whether it's relationships, whatever their success is, it's in the vault. And I help them uncover not only the three numbers, but the sequence and the order to make it fly for them.
All right, beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. If you're at this stage of the interview and you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, we have an ineffective sales team, reaching out to Mark Bowser makes a lot of sense. Mark, how best can people reach out to you?
Well, two ways. Best way is probably through my website, which is markbowser.com. That's just like it sounds, MARKBOWSER.com. Or you can just reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thanks so much for sharing your credibility with us today, Mark.
Thanks for having me today, Mitchell.
Are you welcome? And listen, Mark's message, if you're in a company and you have an ineffective sales team, that's like the kiss of death. So Mark's message needs to be heard. Click on the like button, share with your friends, and we'll see you at the next episode of Thought Leader Life. Take care, everyone. Bye now.